And tonight, attorneys for Richard Allen argue his conviction in the Delphi murders case should be overturned because of what they consider major errors.
Right now, Richard Allen is in prison for killing Abby Williams and Libby German back in 2017. Our Samantha Johnson is here now after digging into these new documents today. Sounds like a pretty significant development here, Sam.
Yeah, there was information in here that we hadn't heard of before. So there was new information to break down. This motion here is 24 pages, and it really outlines what the defense team believes are 4 main mistakes that they say could have changed the outcome of Richard Allen's trial.
Late Monday night, Allen's attorneys filing a motion to correct errors, which is different than the appeal we were all expecting. Former prosecutor and defense attorney Brad Banks says this essentially hits the pause button on the appeal process.
Basically, you're telling the court, hey, there were some mistakes made, and we think you should fix them.
The first error, according to the defense, the safekeeping order that sent Allen to solitary confinement at Westville Correctional Facility. The defense lists a number of reasons it was, quote, plainly illegal from start to finish. And that's important because Allen's attorneys argue if he hadn't been there, those prison confessions used against him wouldn't have ever happened. Another issue is about the timeline of the murders. The defense claims the state allowed false evidence, testimony about when a white van drove by the crime scene, which they say contradicts actual security video near the Monon High Bridge Trail. A third issue, conflicting arguments about evidence related to the headphone jack on Libby's cell phone found at the crime scene. Now, Allen's attorneys are asking the court to overturn his conviction or schedule a hearing to talk about the motion.
This will get us to the next big phase, which is probably going to take 1.5 years or more, which will be the appeal in this case.
All right, so the state does have a chance, of course, to respond to this filing, and then the judge will rule on this case. We told you, though, at the very beginning there were 4 errors, right? And we broke down 3 of them. The 4th one is new evidence, and it's a confession from a man named Ron Logan. If you followed this case with us before, you know that name. You've heard us talk about him. So we'll explain why that defense attorney we talked to today said that confession was the most shocking part of this new motion filed just this week. We'll break that down coming up at 6.
Does the judge have any sort of deadline on when she has to rule on this?
Yeah, we asked the defense attorney that today. He told us that once the state files their response to this motion, the judge will kind of take her time reading both before she decides if she wants to hold a hearing. Okay. The defense attorney told us that could take anywhere from 45 to 60 days.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We'll keep you updated.
Obviously, we all want to get to justice and everything, but it just feels like you keep reopening the wound.
Yeah, still very much continuing
Much more to
on.
come.
We'll see your story again coming up tonight at 6 o'clock with that new development.
Thanks,
there.
Sam.
Thanks, Sam. And you can read each issue the defense brings up on our website for yourself. Just head to WTHR.com/Delphi.